Hi, I'm Karl Taylor from visualeducation.com. Welcome to our series of lighting modifier videos. This week we are looking at diffusion material. So what is diffusion material? Well, I have a roll of diffusion material here. This one is made by Lee Filters. Some of you may know that brand from their camera filters. This particular diffusion material is the Lee 216, which I use regularly. I also use the Lee 400 Lux, which is a slightly more heavy duty, durable one. This is the 1.5 meter wide roll, and they do a narrower roll as well. Now, what is the purpose of this for studio photographers? Well, it's to do that. It's where we want to create a graduation in our light so that we have a centric, strong light source that graduates away to a weaker area of light. Now, you might think, well, what's the point of that? If I'm using a softbox on a model, what would the difference be? Well, there wouldn't be hardly any difference at all because you'd be dealing with a matte finish subject. But when you're dealing with glossy surfaces, you're photographing what we call image forming reflections. That's basically you're seeing an image of the light source reflecting off the surface of the product. So things like cars, cosmetics, glossy plastic products, all of the light that you see, or most of the light that you see on the surface of those products, is actually an image of the light source itself. And if we use a light like a softbox on a product like that, the light doesn't look very attractive because we just end up with a big stripe or a big square. So what we do to overcome that is we use graduated lighting, where we create a ball of light or a glow of light that graduates away, and it looks a lot more luxurious and a lot more attractive. Now, we can use these rolls of scrim paper by attaching them to a simple C-stand with a grip rod here, and then just clipping it on and hanging it downwards. But we also build our own frames just made of timber that gives us a rigid frame that allows us to stand a large scrim in position, or to put it horizontally, which you can't do obviously with it just on a roll. So with a frame, it means we can position that above for lighting down and through on top of objects as well. Another form of diffusion material that we use regularly is acrylic sheeting. In America, this is called plexiglass. So this is a slightly transparent opal, sometimes it's called as well, white. This is the 4mm thick one, and you can see here we can create beautiful gradations through the acrylic material, and how strong that gradation is depends how far away your light source is from the back of the material. So here it's right close to it, but as soon as I move it away, we start to get that lovely gradation fall off. And working with rigid acrylic sheets can be great when we're photographing items like jewellery, where we need it to sit just above the items or close in, when one of these might be a little bit too cumbersome. Another great diffusion product is the light cone. So this is the Karl Taylor light cone that I developed with V-Flat World, and we developed a very special plastic material that diffuses the light really, really beautifully, as you can see there. It actually even diffuses it more beautifully than acrylic. The change in diffusion is just fantastic. And the way we use this product is to place your object or subject inside and then shoot down through. So if you're photographing jewellery or items that are highly reflective all around from every angle, then this encapsulates the whole product to give 360 lighting around, and then you put your lighting through the sides here and you get beautiful lighting in the product via the light cone. So there's lots of different methods of creating this beautiful gradation lighting, and it all revolves around diffusing the light. But you mustn't be confused about the term diffusion, because a softbox is diffusion. If you imagine some of the softboxes that we've looked at in previous videos, we've got a layer of diffusion inside and then a front layer. But the purpose of a softbox is to create an area of light that is one solid homogeneous panel. But for this type of diffusion lighting, it's not. It's about creating a central glow that gradates away so that those image forming reflections I was talking about look really, really beautiful on certain products. And we've got tips and tricks within that as well to create sharp edges on one side, but still graduated diffusion on the other. Now, over on our platform at visualeducation.com, we've got all sorts of training on product photography where we have to utilize graduated lighting all the time, especially on cosmetics and highly glossy products. And we actually have some really cool videos here on how to build your own scrims, how to measure them up, how to size them, how to use them. So for example, here we've got a video on how to make your own scrim, exactly how we do it and everything that you need to do it. Over here, we've got a video that explains gradient lighting very, very clearly, shows you exactly the differences between what gradient lighting looks like on a product compared to homogeneous lighting there, which obviously looks terrible. And we've got many, many examples, obviously, of products where you need to use gradient lighting to get the very best images from the lighting. So this is a good example here where gradient lighting comes into its own on certain product photography, on highly glossy subjects, often comes into play in cosmetics, high gloss plastics, jewellery of course as well, and also automobile photography as well. Many, many topics where gradient lighting is absolutely essential. So if you'd like to learn more about that, check out visualeducation.com. If you liked this video and the information we provided, please subscribe or give us a like, and we'll see you on our next lighting modifier video.